I shoot a lot of vertical compositions. I've been doing that for a very long time. And after doing that for a long time, I came across a solution that was better than a regular tripod plate. The answer is an L bracket. An L bracket is exactly the same as a regular tripod mount plate, but it's shaped like an L. And so it allows the photographer to flip around their camera and go vertical very easily. Over time, I've used very heavy and bulky L brackets that make your camera larger, get in the way of some equipment, get in the way of the ports of the camera. Most recently with my new camera, it gets in the way of my articulating screen, making it very challenging to move around and be dynamic when I'm on a location trying to capture some wonderful light. And an L bracket has never really solved the problem for long lenses because it puts the camera body directly underneath the tripod and not the center of mass, which is the lens. So you still end up having to bring around your lens collar anytime you want to use your long lens so that that can be attached to the tripod head. So along comes this product on Kickstarter called the Atoll, and I knew immediately it was going to solve lots of my workflow problems. No more fighting my L bracket when I want to use a camera monitor. It's a smaller package to carry. No need to carry around a lens collar for my 70-200 lens because it moves the weight of the camera and the lens back a bit, putting it more evenly under the tripod. Easy use with a Peak Design capture clip. I don't use mine very often, but when I do, I need to add the plate to the bottom of an already large L bracket. And I gain back some of the freedom with the camera body that I lost when adding an L bracket. So I've set my Atoll up on my Sony A7 IV. Took me about 20 minutes, but it was very easy. I needed to put it on the camera, then take it off because they give you some leveling shims that allow you to get it exactly perfect. I've opted to add an additional Arca Swiss plate to the bottom of mine because it'll keep my camera from sliding off the tripod plate if I were to ever disengage that accidentally. And it fits on my camera with any of the 4 lenses that I have, so no need to change the configuration anytime I want to change a lens. And finally, I've rearranged my camera bag a little bit, and I've gotten a little bit more space that was taken up previously by a larger L bracket. And I haven't had a chance to use this in earnest outside on a photography shoot, but I've got a few weeks before I head out to Banff, so I'm hoping to get it out 2 to 3 times, try it out, and see how it works. So how do I like this thing? I think I like it a lot. I think one of the main value props that they try to sell is this ability for you to flick around to any different direction quickly and easily, as if you're rapidly changing your composition from landscape to portrait at any point. I don't think I'm going to do that. I do like being able to do that quickly and just check maybe that there's a landscape composition or a portrait composition in what I am looking at already to see if maybe there's something better I can look at. But mostly what I like is that the mount is so far away from the camera body. I have access to the ports. I have access to the screen, and the camera just feels a little bit more natural because it's the size that it's supposed to be without all this additional bulk around it. I think if there's anything that they could have improved upon, I would do 3 things only. The first is I would have dropped support for the capture clip. This mount could be a lot smaller if it didn't have this additional extra piece here. I know that Silence Corner, the maker of this, has a mount that this is supposed to fit in, so I can see why they would want to be able to cross-sell their products. Additionally, I would put some kind of safety screw in this because now you're asking users to mount their camera in a particular way. Now it's more prone to sliding forward or back if you were to accidentally unscrew that. Speaking of the screw, this knurl, this lock here that locks the Atoll in place, it's a little too sharp. I'm sure it'll wear down over time, but it's also definitely gonna wear down my fingers a little bit in the meantime. And then the last piece, I think they've not really come up with a great solution for how you're supposed to get your lenses off. You need to kind of get your finger in between the mount and the camera in this small space, and that'll allow it to come off. I'm not taking lenses off all the time, so it's not really a big deal, but there is a nicer way to solve this, I'm sure. Additionally, I think one of the extra uses you could get out of this is that this collar provides a little bit extra safety when you are changing lenses because it puts something in the way of the air and the wind, and maybe it keeps extra dust out. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't do anything, but having anything that can keep your fingers or different sharp parts away from your camera sensor is never a bad thing. And I guess I have to say that this isn't a paid review at all. I bought this thing with my own money when it came out on Kickstarter several months ago, and I've been anxious to get it, very excited to try it out. Hopefully it changes, the way that I get to use my camera, and I hope it's going to be a really awesome thing to use in the field, really simplify the way that I work. Thanks for watching this review of the Atoll. Bye for now.